electrifying villain, and on every Santa's naughty list, General Zod. And welcome back to a very interesting movie review I have for you guys. The new Amazon movie that was released in theaters. I think this is going to be streaming on Amazon Prime later. And it is called Red One. And it stars The Rock, Chris Evans, Lucy Liu, Kirsten Shipka, and a bunch of other cameos that I won't get into because this is a non-spoiler review. So, Red One is a very interesting concept. Now, if you guys heard my Gladiator review, I fucking hated that movie. And so Red One I approached as something that's not a sequel, a prequel. This is a uniquely different Christmas story. Maybe Zod is feeling that Christmas spirit early, or Thanksgiving spirit. Maybe I'm just having a great day. But I'm here to tell you, Red One is actually not that bad of a movie. I've seen a lot of people doing other early reviews of the movies and other people reviewing it saying this movie bad, it sucks, and all this stuff. And I'd say this movie takes the Christmas spirit and all the Christmas stories, kind of jazzes it up, and kind of does a unique, like, action-y Christmas story. So let me get into my positives, my negatives, and then I'll give you guys my overall review. My positives, the acting is pretty good. J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus is hilarious. In this version, he's buffed and he works out. Also, the mechanics behind how Santa does what he does and the mythology that they build in this universe is very interesting. There's a lot of other mythological beings that are kind of like fleshed out into this and they kind of factor into the world. Shout out to Krampus. Probably the highlight in this movie. I was most intrigued by finding out more about him. And also, the visuals, for the most part, are pretty decent, actually. They're really good. Better than fucking Gladiator. I didn't see any CGI that was wonky or anything like that. The other thing that I liked about this movie is that it does have a Christmas vibe. Hey, what's up? Welcome. I'm doing my review of Red One. So I do like the Christmas vibe behind it. There is a bit of a story in here. That's one of my negatives. I'll get to it in a minute. But I like the overall gist of them doing a Christmassy movie because I haven't seen a good Christmas movie in years. And that's about it. So let me get to my negatives. Chris Evans and The Rock. God. They're not bad in this movie. You're going to hear a lot of reviews that say they suck or whatever else. They don't suck. They play themselves. Chris Evans is Chris Evans, and The Rock is The Rock. Now, do they do what they do well? Yeah. I mean, really no one acts bad in this movie. The Rock is being The Rock. He's The Rock from The Fast and Furious. He's The Rock from Jumanji. He's the fucking Rock from everything you see him in, mixed with kind of a Black Adam thing. And I really would like to see The Rock do something fucking different, anything. Chris Evans, once again, is the same problem. Chris Evans looks like he got a paycheck and they didn't pay him enough to do another fucking role. So he's just Chris Evans, snarky, sarcastic asshole. That's his character. He does got a B plot with his kid that's supposed to be a Christmassy themed. The problem with that storyline is that they don't focus enough on Chris Evans and his relationship with his kid to bring home that holiday punch that you have at the end of these movies. So it just makes the Christmas feel really wonky. Have you ever seen Die Hard? If so, yes, it is a Christmas movie, Daisy. Die Hard is 100% a Christmas movie. I will not back down from that stance. It's shot in Christmas. It's got the Christmas songs. John McClane saves the day, which is the good guy, and he gets to be home with his family. look, I hate that argument of whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It is 100% a Christmas movie. I will die on that hill. I still to this day don't understand why people don't think Die Hard is a Christmas movie. But thank you for that question, because that annoys me. I've had that debate, and I might in December when I do my Christmas movies reviews, I'm going to do Die Hard as one of my favorite Christmas movies. So yes, Jay-Z, I most certainly do think Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And if you watch it during Christmas, kudos. You should. It's like one of the films I watch besides Elf and Jingle All the Way and A Christmas Story. So yes, I love that comment. But anyways, so getting back to my negatives, I think the story between Chris Evans and his son and the things that he does, while I wanted to be invested, I couldn't get invested because it felt like they didn't put enough into the plot. My other big negative for this is I love Karakin Shipka. If you guys don't know, she was in probably my favorite movie of this year, Longlegs, and she is the definitive Sabrina. Like, that show wasn't good, but she is my Sabrina now and forever. I love Melissa Joan Hart, but Karakin Shipka nailed like a dark, edgier Sabrina. She's in this movie. She plays the bad guy. She is very good. But once again, the issue this movie has is that they push her to the back until like the final parts of the movie. And it's really weird because your villain should be present in the story. And for a lot of this, other hijinks and shenanigans are happening and other littler plots, but they kind of forget that the villain is there until like the end of the movie. And then they're like, oh shit, we got to like wrap up this thing with the villain. So when you get to the end, it's kind of weird because you're like, oh yeah, that's right. She was the bad guy. And the thing that was frustrating about this is Karakin Shipka is a great actress and she is so good as a villain. I love to see her in more villain roles, but she's so good as a villain that's also kind of sympathetic when you find out what her motivations are and everything else. And they just fucking ignore her in the movie. And it's a really odd choice. I don't know if because they had so many big stars, they had to give everybody a little shining moment. But like a lot of big people are in this film. Some of them only are in it for like 5 or 6 minutes. And this is a fucking $200 million budget. So they clearly paid the actors, because this is a very standard story, a majority of this money to only throw them in for like 1 or 2 scenes. It's weird. It's a weird choice. Also, too, this movie is not doing anything you haven't seen before. You know, there's a problem. Santa's kidnapped. They got to go save Santa. Wacky shenanigans happen. Our main protagonist learns about the Christmas spirit and grow as an individual along the way, all that shit. So it doesn't do anything unique with the premise that is very unique. Having all that said, I will say, I really dug this movie. I loved this movie more than Gladiator. Gladiator 2 fucking sucked. And I was glad to see a movie that, like, got me out of that funk. This is totally original, too. Like, yes, it has ideas borrowed, but this is an original movie with an original premise that just kind of steals things from different Christmas movies, but it's its own unique thing, which I think we should support that, because I'm tired of seeing the same Gladiator 2 and a reboot of this and the same fucking shit over and over again because it makes money and Hollywood's in trouble and they don't know how to make money back. How about you stop making $200 million movies? Then you can have all the fucking money to pay talented people to write shit people want to see. Sorry, that's my side rant. All in all, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. I don't think it's like an 8 or 9 territory. I don't think it's like super great, but it's definitely better than Gladiator, which I gave a 5. Fuck that movie. It's unique, and I think it has a good holiday feel to it. Now, the other odd thing is, this movie isn't really geared towards kids, but it's not really geared towards adults, so it's in a weird middle spot. There's a lot of adult humor in here, like a lot of adult jokes. but it's not like Elf where there's that kiddish thing and you can have the kids watch it and the jokes go over their head. Like, the jokes are very blatant and some of them are quite fucking crude, but it's also super goofy. So if you're an adult, you're not going to be as entertained unless that's your kind of humor. So it's in a really weird middle spot. But I'd still watch this with my kid. She's older. It feels like teenage humor, so I'd watch this with my daughter or someone else. And I think it's a good movie to throw on during the holidays. I would put this in rotation. Like, if I'm on Amazon watching A Christmas Story, I'll throw Red One on and watch it in the background. I think it's a good movie. It's good for what it does. And I'm going to use the same fucking excuse that people are using in Gladiator's case, okay? People are being too hard on the movie, blah, 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 blah. They shouldn't expect that much. Like, this is what it is, okay? So go into this knowing what you're getting yourself into. It's a goofy, kind of mature-ish Christmas tale with actors you might like that'll thoroughly entertain you with nothing too offensive as far as politics. And it just does what it does. And it's even like 2 hours, I think. It's under 3 hours, which is fucking great. So you could get in there, watch it, have some fun, eat some popcorn, maybe watch it with your family and then go back home and, whatever. If you want to wait, it's coming on Amazon. So you could throw it on in the background and have a good time. But anyways, that's my review of Red One. In the comments below, let me know, what's your favorite Christmas movie? What movie do you like to watch during the holiday season? What is your favorite Christmas film? What do you consider a Christmas movie? Daisy had a wonderful one with Die Hard. I know mine personally is Elf. But in the comments below, let me know, what's your favorite Christmas movie and what movie will you be watching in December leading up to Christmas, and what movie are you looking forward to in theaters currently? I will have more reviews. I'm going to have my Penguin episode 7 and 8 review along with a complete series review, and I'm also going to be doing Arcane Season 2 Parts 1 and 2 review, and I'm going to be doing a review on Part 2 to Cobra Kai, so please join me with that. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to leave me some of your favorite holiday movies in the comments below, or what you consider a holiday movie, and we could chat. My favorite is Elf, as I said, but you can leave whichever one you like in my comments section. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and as always, remember, there is only one rule here in the Fandom Zone: kneel before General Zod.